Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We are on Chapter 3, Lesson 9. We are on page 209 in the math book. And this is called Place the First Digit. In this lesson, just about every problem we cannot divide into the first digit. We're going to have to go 2 digits deep to divide. And I will explain here. Example 1. Raven received 135 emails over 3 weeks. If she received the same number of emails each week, how many emails did she receive in the first week? Important numbers we need to consider: 135. Oh, got to get my markup going on here. 135 and 3. Now this is where estimating comes in handy. We can estimate that 135 is about 150 because 150 is compatible with 3. We can do 15 divided by 3 is a 5. Bring the 0 over. So our answer is going to be close to 50. All right, let's dive into the problem. 3 will not go into 1, so we need to see if 3 can go into 13. How many times will 3 go into 13? You betcha. 4 times 3 is 12. Write it underneath. And please make sure we put the 4 above the 3 because that's the number we divided into. 13 minus 12 is 1. Bring the 5 down. 3 will go into 15 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 minus 15 is 0. We can see our estimate was 50. Our answer is 45. So our estimate and the actual answer are pretty close. That means our answer is reasonable. Down here at the bottom, so Raven received 50 emails in the first week. Check for reasonableness compared to the estimate. 45 is what we got, and 50 was our estimate. All right, move to the next page, please. Okay, example 2. Find 7 into 6,784. Estimate. 6,784 is pretty close to 7,000, and 7,007 are compatible. And I know that 7 will go into 7 once. Bring the 3 zeros over. So our estimated answer should be around 1,000. Okay, right here, 7. 7 will not go into 6, but it will go into 67 about 9 times. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 minus 60, or 67 minus 63. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4. Bring down the 8. 48. 7 will go into 48 6 times. 6 times 7 is 42. 48 minus 42. Well, we have 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 6. Bring down that 4. 7 will go into 64 9 times. 9 times 7 again is 63. We're familiar with that one. 64 minus 63 is 1, so we have a remainder of 1. So we can say that the answer is 969, remainder 1. Checking for reasonableness, our answer is 969, remainder 1, was pretty close to 1,000. Okay, next one. Again, I love it when they have all these boxes here. It helps keep everything straight, a little bit tidier than graph paper. Let's go ahead and we're going to divide. Then we're going to check our answer using multiplication. And I'll show you how to do that in just a bit. Okay, so right here, number 1. 5 will not go into 4. Darn it. So now we're going to have to go into 43. 5 will go into 43 about 8 times. 8 times 5 is 40. 43 minus 40 is a beautiful 3. I'm going to draw an arrow to bring that 5 down. 5 will go into 35 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. 0. So now this is where we use multiplication to check. We take our answer, which is right here, 87, and our dividend, which is right here, and we multiply. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 3. Hey, look at that. That's the same answer as what we have right here. So then we know that our answer is correct. Okay, number 2. 8, it will not go into 6. So we're going to have to see how many times 8 will go into 62. 8 times 8 is 64. That's way too much. So let's go 8 times 7, which is 56. Now I can count up 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. There are 6 numbers different in between those two numbers. Or you could subtract. Then we bring down the 9. They need to draw the arrows on these. 8 will go into 69 at least 8 times because 8 times 8 is 64. 69 minus 64 will leave me a number of 5 with a remainder. Now some of you are not quite sure how to multiply and check your answer with the remainder, so here's our chance. Okay, we take our answer, which is 78, and our divisor, which is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 6, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Okay, then this is where the 5 comes in. We add the 5 right here underneath it. Bring that down to a 9, 2, 6. That number matches that number, so we know that we got our answer correct. Good job, friends. All right, this is where I'm actually going to have you bounce right over to the homework, okay? So still watch this video, and we are going to turn the page. Oh, we're going to skip that one. And we're going to skip that one. That's the one we want. Let's work on the homework, shall we? Okay, again, this is understanding that the first digit is not going to work for us. 6 cannot go into 4, so we need to put 6 into 49. All right, work it all out. I need to see your work. There's not enough room here, so please show me on graph paper unless you have otherwise specific permission. All right, let's begin. I'm going to blow up my screen so that I can have plenty of room to show you my work. 6 will not go into 4, darn it, so I'm going to have to put 6 into 48. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. That is much better. 6 times 8 is 48. 48 minus 48 is 0. Bring that 6 down. 6 will go into 6 once. 1 times 6 is 6. 0. I need to see that you work all your answer out to a 0. Some of you are getting lazy and only working it to there, but I need to see you work it out to a 0. That shows me you understand the process, please. Number 2. 6 will not go into 3, but 6 can go into 39. I know 6 times 6, which is a double, is at least 36. So 39 minus 36 gives me a 3. Bring down the 2. 6 will go into 32, at least 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. 32 minus 30 is 2, and there's nothing else to bring down, so I'm going to do a remainder 2. Now in some other chapters that we're going to do in a few days, there will be a decimal that we can work out, so there isn't a remainder. But for today, we're just doing remainders. Okay, number 3. They want to see if we can bracket it up. This is the big number that goes in the bracket. So, bracket 5,920 divided by 6. 6 will not go into 5, but it will go into 59 9 times. 9 times 6 is 54. 54 from 59 is a result of 5. Bring down that 2. 6 will go into 52 at least 8 times. 8 times 6 is 48. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. There's 2 different, or I could do subtraction, turn that into a 4, turn that into a 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 4 left. 0, I'm going to bring that 0 down. 6 will go into 40. Another 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And there's going to be 4 left over. So that's going to be my remainder. Remainder 4. All right, that's what your page should look like. Join me on 214. Okay, number 4. A phone company needs 420 poles to repair the telephone lines. Each truck holds 6 poles. How many trucks will they need? So you've been dividing this whole chapter, so you can assume that you're dividing again, and those are your numbers. Now usually the divisor is the little one, and it goes outside the bracket, and the big number, the dividend, goes inside. All right, as we can see from here, 6 will not go into 4, so we're going to have to put 6 into 42. 6 into 42 goes a beautiful 7 times. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 minus 42 is 0. Bring down the 0. And yes, this is where it gets tricky. Some people think they're done, but 7 times 6 is not 42. What do we have to do, guys? That's right, 6 won't go into 0, so you put a 0 here. Work it out. 0 times 6 is 0. 0. Everything's worked out to it needs to be final. Our answer is 70 trucks. Number 2, the festival committee has $1,544 to spend on pies for the pie eating contest. If each pie costs $8, how many pies can the committee purchase? Okay, so again, we have a division problem. That's what this whole lesson's about. We have a big number and a little number. Let's go ahead and bracket it up. 8 will go into 1,544. Okay, 8 cannot go into 1, but 8 can go into 15 at least once. 1 times 8 is 8. 15 minus 8 is 7. Bring down the 4. 8 will go into 74 about 9 times. 9 times 8 is 72. 74 minus 72 is 2. Bring down the 4. 8 will go into 24 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. Got to finish the problem out. So it's finalized. 193 pies. That sounds really yummy. By the way, pecan pie is my favorite. If I happen to walk past you at some time throughout this math lesson, go ahead and whisper to me what your favorite pie is. Welcome to Brain Builders. Here we go. A group of 485 people take a canoe trip. They fill up all the available canoes that hold 3 people with that many, 273. The rest of the group can ride in canoes that only hold 2 people. We don't know that number yet, but we will shortly. How many canoes will the group need is our first question. Then write equations with the unknowns to show your steps. Okay, so important information. This is the total. But right now we need to figure out a division problem. How many 3-person canoes do we need? 3-person canoe, and there's this many people that need to sit in it. Okay, 3 will not go into 2, but it will go into 27 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 minus 27 is 0. Bring down the 3. 3 will go to 3 once. Work it out. 91. So the 3-person canoes, we're going to need 91 of them. Now we need to figure out how many 2-person canoes we're going to need. And what we do to figure that out, we take our total, so 485, and subtract 273. 273. Because these people are going to hop into the 3-person canoes. So we need to find out what's left. 5 minus 3 is 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we have 212 people that are in the 2-person canoe. So we need to find out how many canoes we have. So here's our 2-person canoe and divide it by 212. 2 will go into 2 once. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Bring down the 1. 2 will not go into 1, so I put a 0 up here. 0 times 2 is 0. Bring down the 1, bring down the 2. 2 will go into 12 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12, 0. So I'm going to need 106 of the two-person canoes. You with me all so far? Now it asks, write equation with unknowns to show your steps. So it wants you to write an equation that's like this, saying we have 212 people divided by 2 to find out how many two-person canoes we get, and that's going to equal n. N equals 106, which we stuck right there, right? Then I want you to do another equation where we take 106 plus 91, and that's going to equal Q. And we're going to say Q, the answer to Q, I guess Q needs a little tail like that, doesn't it? The answer to Q is 197 canoes is what we're going to need. So make sure you circle this part of your equation so I know where the answer is. All right, we are on number 7. We are going to circle the expression that does not have a 2-digit quotient or a 2-digit answer. Let's go ahead and work on this, and you can very small with your pencil bracket these things up and just put the numbers there. So let's figure out the first two. Okay, 6 will not go into 5, but 6 will go into 51 about 8 times. 6 times 8 is 48, 49, 50, 51. So there's about 3, bring down the 9, go into about 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36, 3. Remainder 3. Well, that has 2 digits and a remainder. Let's try the next one. 7 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 7 is 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. Bring down the 1. 7 will go into 21. Probably about 3 times. 3 times that is 21. Bring down the 5. 7 will not go into 5, so it would be 0 and remainder 5. All right, so this is where we have our answer already. Right here, there's 2 digits, 86 before the decimal. Right here, there's 3 digits before the decimal. So just to clean up my page a little bit, I'm going to circle this one as the one that has 3 digits and not 2 digits as the answer. Explain how we could have used mental math to find our answer. We could estimate. We could estimate the numbers easier. It would have been easier for me to say probably 54 divided by 6, because 54 and 6 get along a little bit easier. It could have been easier for me to say maybe 900 divided by 7, and then it would have been easier for me to find the answer. So estimating would have made life easier for ourselves. Okay, number 8. A glass company ships 470 glass ornaments. Each box holds 5 ornaments. How many boxes will the company need? Alrighty, so we have 5 as our divisor, and then 470. 5 will not go into 4, but it will go into 47, at least 9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. 47 minus 45 is 2. Bring down the 0. I like to give the answers. Is 20, and 5 will go into 24 times. So 94, you see that answer? Okay, go ahead and turn that in.